Are you ready? Well, here you are, webheads. My top 10 most anticipated comic books for next week. Hey, all my webheads out there. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0 and fans. I'm your host, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to bring you my top 10 most anticipated comic books. This is for March 25th, 2020. Yes, fans, it's never too early to start that pull list for next week. And fans, hopefully this helps you make decisions on what comic books to buy. And at any time, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any content from me. So, guys, here we go. We're going to kick this one off, starting off with the hot seat. That's right. The hot seat is the book where I'm thinking about possibly buying. Maybe I might not buy it when I get there, or I might just possibly drop it. And the book that's on the hot seat today goes to Giant Size X-Men Nightcrawler issue 1. Now, the last Giant Size X-Men had to do with Jean Grey and Emma Frost, so I was kind of like, yeah, I think that one's going to be kind of cool. Nightcrawler, on the other hand, he's a cool character, but I'm just not sure if I'm still willing to invest the $5 that this book costs. It's only 36 pages. It's really that much bigger. Jonathan Hickman does write the book, but again, I just might not be ready to pull the trigger on this one. So this one could be the one where it's just like, I'll leave this one behind. So we'll see what happens. All right. So coming in at number 10, we get another new number 1 from Marvel, and it's another X book. This one is Hellions issue 1. Now, this book ranges for 48 pages, $5. Now, it's titled The Bad is the New Good, and I guess what happens is we have some mutants that are not acting as great or good mutants here. So these are like kind of the guys that are doing bad, and Mr. Sinister kind of puts these guys together as a group, and now they're working together. The writer is Zeb Wells here, so I think he's an actually good writer. I think he could write a good book. I just don't know if this book is absolutely necessary because we have so many freaking X-Men books right now. But we'll see where it goes, and we'll see what happens. The one thing, too, is this is just another book with Psylocke in it. We've had her in an abundance of books. But again, we will see what happens. All right, so again, that book is 48 pages, $4.99. All right, next, coming in at number 9. This book actually was surprising for me. I really enjoyed ForceWorks 2020. This is issue 2. This is the only 2020 book that I'm actually reading, but ForceWorks existed back a while ago, right? And now we get a new team with Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes, and we wind up getting, like, it's Maria Hill and Mockingbird, and they went after Bobby to try to rescue her from this island that wound up getting nuked, and then they wind up being surrounded by a bunch of Deathlocks. And it was just cool. I just liked the action that was in it. I love the characters that were in it. Quake was in there as well. And I love how the team was assembled, so it got me kind of on board for this next issue. I don't know how deep this story is going to go with a bunch of Deathlocks in it, but again, still, it was badass. And the variant cover for this book is awesome because it's got like the original ForceWorks team on there. If you notice on the variant, it's got Julia Carpenter on there as Spider-Woman. I just spit all over myself. Oh, it's disgusting. Anyway, it's got Julia Carpenter on there, and I loved her as Spider-Woman. So that's number 9. Let's move on to number 8. And number 8 goes to another new number 1 this week from Marvel. And this is Road to Empire issue 1. So it's the Kree Skull War. We know that this event is coming. So we're going to get a book titled The Road to it. Just like we had the Road to Civil War and the Road to all these other events that happen. This book is 40 pages, $4.99. Again, it's a build-up to Marvel's massive event series of the spring, and so we're going to see what this one has to offer. I am on board with this. I kind of think as a Marvel fan, you kind of really don't have a choice because I feel like Empire is going to infect the entire Marvel universe. So again, we're going to see what happens. I'm praying, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this one is good. All right, next, coming in at number 7, this goes to Falcon and Winter Soldier issue 2. Now, issue 1 was also really good and surprising as well. I loved seeing the interactions between Bucky and Sam. I thought it was awesome. And then we wound up getting to see somebody that was like this little kid, and he like beat the shit out of Sam and Bucky as they were doing like this investigation work. And you don't know who this person actually is, but he's threatening to kill them if they get involved with whatever is going on in this series. Artwork was pretty good. It was an interesting concept for a story, so I liked it. So I'm going to continue to read it, and this was number 7. All right, so moving on to number 6. I have an issue with spitting today, and I'm sorry if you see that on the screen because it's pretty disgusting. All right, number 6. This one goes to Star Wars Bounty Hunters. This is issue 2. When it came to the Bounty Hunters, I thought this book definitely had potential. I was really anticipating this one, the first issue, and so it dropped a little bit on my list this time around, but the story is just getting started. And this story looks like it has to deal with Boba Fett, has to stop his mission delivering the Han Solo carbonite to Jabba the Hutt to kind of defeat this old bounty hunter that betrayed him in this particular mission, which is a pretty cool thing, right? It was kind of cool to see all these other bounty hunters as well. And the artwork in this book was the standout. This really shined, and the action scenes were absolutely amazing in the first issue of this. So the artwork alone makes me want to pick this up. I mean, if you look at the main cover, it's just absolutely gorgeous as itself. And I think Bounty Hunter, Boba Fett is actually teaming up with Valance, who kind of looks like a Terminator. So I thought this was a fun first issue. I can't wait to see how it develops. And yeah, we'll see what happens. 32 pages, $4 book. Moving on to number 5. Number 5 is Wolverine issue 2. Wolverine issue 1 had to deal with the 2 stories, one with the pollen thing, one with the Omega Red thing, and now we just get the continuation of just one of those stories. So this book says it's only 28 pages, which I find that a little small for $4. I'm not sure, but fans of Wolverine, I'm sure, are happy to get his own series back for the first time in 5 years. And now we just get a normal priced issue with the normal stories. We don't need this big thing. So I'm looking forward to the progression of this series. And I love the character. And it's good not to see him old or whatever the case may be. So looking forward to Wolverine issue 2. And yeah, we'll see. All right, next. Moving on to number 4. This one goes to Man OWar issue 1. I'm not a real Valiant person, right? I've never read that much. I've read, I think, some Ninjak, and I read the original volume of Man OWar. So here's a new jumping on point for a lot of fans. Dennis Hopeless is the writer of this series. I'm a huge fan of his writing, so that's why I'm picking up this book. Hopefully it's going to be good. I love the idea of Man OWar. I love this whole armor that attaches onto him, and he goes in space and all kinds of other stuff like that. And this kind of gets me a little bit, dabbing into that Valiant universe a little bit. So it's nice to change some things up besides mainly DC and Image Marvel to get this Valiant book. So this one is 32 pages and it's $4. All right, next, coming in at number 3, this is Amazing Spider-Man issue 42. The last issue of this was so awesome to see the Boomerang and Peter team up, right? Trying to establish the pieces or get together the pieces of the Tablet of Time. And it's kind of funny. I just got done watching the Spider-Man animated series all the way through with my kids, and they had a whole focal point. It was called the Tablet of Time, where they had this thing that Silvermane recovers. and you can gain your youth. It's like a fountain of youth again. And here they have to collect the pieces of that, and Kingpin wants it. It's a whole plot that's already happened in the Amazing Spider-Man animated series, which is hilarious since I just watched it recently. And then at the end of this issue, you wind up seeing this big monster that comes up, and it's trying to eat Spider-Man and Boomerang. It's just a good book, man. Very action heavy, good banter between Boomerang and Spidey, and Ryan Ottley is on the artwork for this particular arc. So you can't beat it there. I really enjoyed it. Looking forward to the next issue. All right, next, coming in at number 2. This one goes to Suicide Squad. This is issue 4. We're going to get a new story arc here, guys. We got the introduction to this new team that was recruited on the Suicide Squad. They went on a mission. They botched the mission on purpose because one of the new members, world leaders, was like, they were like sisters. So that's what happened. But we wind up seeing that, obviously, if you read this series, that Amanda Waller was replaced by some new guy, and he's being controlled by another person. And we don't know who that person is yet. So it's going to be interesting. And Harley has this thing to go out there where she's investigating the other members of the team and find out who they actually are and where they came from. So this is where you're going to get that great Tom Taylor character development. So this is what I'm saying, like, you got to be patient with this series, and I'm telling you, Tom Taylor's going to deliver, and this series is going to be phenomenal. So stay tuned, because Suicide Squad is going to be the shit. All right. Now, moving on to number 1. And number 1 this week goes to the conclusion of Batman Curse of the White Knight. This is book 8. This is it. This is the finale. This is where Batman says he's going to be Batman for the last time, and he's going to do battle against Azrael. And is he going to die? What's going to happen with Harley Quinn and her little babies? Is the Joker truly dead? What's going to happen to Gotham City, and what's going to happen to the police force there? So there's a lot of things, still to be answered here. And obviously what's going to happen going forward into this universe. We know we're going to get spin-off books. We were told there's going to be another Curse of the White Knight, another White Knight book in the future from Sean Murphy. So this has been nothing but short of phenomenal. I mean, this is a great series. One of the best things that has come out of DC Comics. People say that, it's funny, people tell me that, like, yeah, I'm a huge Marvel person, blah, 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 blah. You don't give DC any credit. And that's not the case. It's just that DC doesn't come out with as many books, so I'm not reading as many, and my heart does go to Marvel, because that's how I grew up to. But if you notice, the top 2 books on this list are DC books. They are doing some good things. They're just not doing as much as I would like them to do. So there you guys have it. There are my top 10 most anticipated comics for March, what did we say, 25th, 2020? That's right, guys. So now I want to hear in the comments below on what are your most anticipated comics for that week, whether it's a top 3, top 5, top 10. Tell me in the comments below. And if you like my top 10 videos, I'm going to leave you some other videos here with more top 10 lists. And guys, until the next time, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off, and I'll see you on the next review. Take care, guys. Bye.